So for most important for NET, this is most important for NET. Top 30 topic that is most important for NET. The first is biomolecules, that is enzyme. In enzyme, mostly properties of enzymes, proteinaceous and non-proteinaceous enzymes, and also the activity of enzymes. So next is protein. So in protein, mostly different types of bonds. In bonds, like we know, peptide bond and amino acid. So what is amino acid and the properties of amino acids? The different types of amino acid and properties like hydroxyl, aromatic, as like. Next is viroids, virus and prions. This is most important question. We know prions, viroids and viroid. This is fourth is kingdom, MONERA, Protista. The most point is organism property. So what is organism? We know in MONERA that is mostly archaebacteria, eubacteria and kingdom Protista, caryophytes, euglenoid as like dinoflagellates, different flagella and characteristics. So next topic is morphology of flowering plant. Sixth, flower. In this flower, mostly the types of ovary and placentation and types of flower. Seventh is anatomy of dicotyledonous and monocotyledonous plant. Anatomy of dicotyledonous and monocotyledonous plant. The eighth is secondary growth. In secondary growth, mostly anatomy of flowering plants. Ninth, animal tissue. In animal tissue, mostly epithelial and different types of junction, tight junction and adhere junction as like this is most important in animal tissue. And in animal tissue, another important is cockroach. Cockroach like thorax as like male reproductive system, female reproductive system of cockroach and excretory system, digestive system. Overall, the cockroach is most important. Cell organelles. Cell organelles, that is the unit. Cell, the unit of life. Cell organelles like mitochondria, Golgi body. In mitochondria, let's consider one of the chloroplast. That is thylakoid. Photosynthesis occur in thylakoid, vacuole, mitochondria. In mitochondria, cristae are present. So as like this all structure and the structure composition are important. So next, cell cycle. In cell cycle, mostly G0, G1, M, G2, S, their mechanism and events. Let's consider what is the exact event. The exact event, one type of known as S phase. Let's consider S phase. In S phase, mostly synthesis of DNA happen. Synthesis of DNA occur. So as like what is the exact event occur in cell cycle? In 13th, that is transport in xylem and phloem. Transport in xylem and phloem, mostly mechanism. One of the mechanism like Giddling experiment that is in phloem, so that define how phloem comes. And in transport of xylem, that is mostly cohesion adhesion theory. Next, that is 14th, mineral nutrition. So in mineral nutrition, we see mostly the enzyme, that is mineral act as cofactor of different enzymes, and how what is the exact form of absorption of minerals. Some minerals that helps in synthesizing oxygen, some helps in that activating senescence and some delaying senescence, and helps in osmotic potential, and some helps in energy also. So these are the things. Next, ETS C3C4, the topic in photosynthesis chapter. Electron transport system C3 C4, which are the present in mesophyll cell, which are the present in which plant that perform as C4. All these are important for this. 16th, that is formation of ATP during electron transport chain and Krebs cycle, glycolysis, fermentation. The formation of ATP is one of the most important. 17, plant hormones. So what is the exact in plant hormones? The exact thing in plant hormone mostly that is important for your exam, physiological effect. That physiological effect like senescence, plant growth, and plant growth is delaying root formation and low temperature. Like another topic is vernalization, also important. Photoperiodism, also this is also one of the concept. These are the important topic. Next, 18, genetic gastric gland and pancreatic enzymes. Gastric gland and pancreatic enzymes. Next, human physiology and disorder, mostly respiratory and muscular. In 20, that is the mechanism of breathing. Next is menstrual cycle. So in 22 we see the most important one of the blood clotting factor. This is also important. In 23, that is infertility, and eye, ear are, that is also adding here. Eye and ear also important according to Neet prospect. And so 24, central dogma. This is the most important in molecular basis of inheritance. Molecular basis of inheritance. In this chapter, this is the central dogma. Transcription and translation are the most important. And second is most question asked from this point, histone, euchromatin, heterochromatin, and another is like nucleosome, different types of amino acid composition of histone. These are also important for your exam. Next, 25, genetic code and genetic disorder. Genetic code like stop codon, start codon, and some amino acid that code two or more codons. Next, lack operand. This is also important for your exam. In evolution, one topic known as Hardy-Weinberg principle that define the population ecology also. 29, this is very important. 29, that is biotech technique. In mostly techniques like PCR, gel electrophoresis, DNA and RNA isolation. Restriction enzyme and genetic engineering. This restriction enzyme is most important. What is the discovery of restriction enzyme and what is the function of restriction enzyme? Exactly like which one is act like E. coli, hind third, as like these are the most important in a restriction enzyme. Last, this is application of microbes. So microbes, one of the like Saccharomyces cerevisiae and other that act as that secrete some chemicals also. These chemicals are that involved in industrial application. These are most important for your Neet. So thank you everyone.